Hey, happy February. I've been meaning to get on here to do a new video. This one I've been thinking about for a while. I'm really excited to do a video all about my favorite color palettes. I feel like this is going to be more of a series because I have a couple color palettes that I just really love, and they look so good together on the page. I'll be showing you Nolan Markers today. I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can check it out. I really like Nolan Markers for a couple reasons. They just have a lot of different variations on the nibs and also on the size of the marker, which is awesome. I love that. They're also refillable, so you never have to throw this thing away, which is awesome for the environment, and it's just nice to hold on to your markers. I feel like I connect to my markers and then I don't want to throw them away. Okay, let's do this. So the way that I look at color palettes, first of all, is I'm usually thinking about what do I want my title to be? What do I want my text to be? What do I want my subheaders to be? How do I want to show any accents on the page? And what shading do I want to apply to any of the images that I have? So those are really the main categories that I look for when I'm putting together a color palette. And what I do is I actually create a little handout like this. I usually just write out title and pops, titles and accents usually, my subheaders and text and icons, and then my shading. So this is what I'll be referring to in this video, and I'm going to be sharing 3 of the palettes that I have on here. Okay, so let's talk about the first one. We have this really nice color. It's number 601, and it's this really nice kind of orangey red. More on the red side than the orange, but it's just got such a nice color to it. I love it. It's red, but it's not that kind of red that hurts your eyes. It's really beautiful on the page. And paired with this nice light blue, number 301, these two markers just work so well together, and I really love this pairing. So for all of these palettes, for my text and icon color, I always use black. I just think black, since it's not technically a color, but it kind of pulls all of them together and is just so nice on the page. It holds color so well that I really just use black for the majority of my text and for all of my icons. So I rarely draw my icons in another color. I usually just use black and then use a shading color or an accent color to really make them pop. And then for my shading colors for this palette, I'm choosing to use this really nice golden yellow. That's number 500. And one of my favorite colors is pastel blue. It's number 303. God, I just love this color. Okay, so those would be for shading, anything that you want to accent, but in a really light pastel kind of way. That's color palette number 1. Color palette number 2. Okay, for this one, we're gonna use this really nice green. It's number 401, and it just pops on the page. I use this for my titles and my accents because writing too small in this color is actually really hard to read. So if you're using number 401, I would really recommend using it just for things that are a little bit bigger on the page, but it really pops. It's got such a nice color. And this is where number 301 comes back into play. These two colors, this green and this light blue, they're just a power couple. I love these two colors. It's a very bright and lively look on the page, and so I really like pairing these two together. So the light blue I would use for my subheaders, for my text, anything like that. Same here with this one for my text and my icon. So my main body of text, I'm gonna use black. And I use the outliner from Nolan. This is the permanent black that they have. So I use this marker because then I can draw over it with other colors and it doesn't smear. Awesome. Okay, for the shading colors for this palette, they're the same as the first. So we're using that really nice pastel blue number 303 and that golden yellow number 500. So those are the 2 shading colors here. So I really thought for this first color palette video that I would try to include as many similar markers so you don't have to get a whole variety of markers. You can kind of double up on some. Okay, last one. We're gonna actually switch to a darker blue. It's number 302, and it's just a little bit darker, but it's this rich blue. It kind of reminds me of the ocean. This color is just so calming to look at, and for a title, it really carries well across the page, and just, I love this color for titles. So to pair with that nice deep blue, a really fun combo is actually adding in this really nice pink. It's number 701, and it's a darker pink. It's kind of also got that deeper quality to it. So these two colors are just awesome on the page. I would use this pink for subheaders and for any kind of accent text. So that's what I really like using this pink for. Text and icons, same thing, you guessed it. And for shading here, we have that really nice golden yellow again. This is just such a great color. It really pops and brings things to life. It adds that warmth that you want on your chart, especially when you're using some cooler colors. So number 500 is here again. And then to complete the palette, we're gonna add this really nice light gray. It's number 102. And it's got a similar quality to the light blue, where it's just, it's so subtle, but it really does a lot. This light gray and the light blue are like magic markers. They just bring this different quality to the page. So I definitely recommend having these in your kit. Okay. That's 3. I think that's a good start. I don't want to be responsible for you going and spending too much money on markers, because I have been there. So these 3 color palettes, they're some of my favorites, and I hope you enjoy them. Please share yours. I always love learning about new color palettes that I can explore. All right, until next time.